Hello, intuitive souls. Today I'm back with a collective reading. I have three decks that are behind me. The first one I'll be pulling from is Dragon Wisdom by Christine Arana Fader. And I just felt a calling to work with the dragons today. I just felt their energy come in right away as soon as I was finished clearing and setting my intention for this reading. So, why don't you just take a moment to set your intention for this reading now? And yeah, we'll start pulling cards. Well, I actually just flipped it over, and the bottom of the deck was already looking at me. And this just stands out. This red color um, matches my shirt. It's red and gold, and it reminds me of Sekhmet, goddess Sekhmet, who I just did a very powerful solar alchemy activation with on this channel. It's the last video I did. I'll leave a link to it here in case you missed it. But we had just had a very powerful new moon in Aries come through like a week or 2 weeks ago, maybe by the time I'm posting this video. And there were seven planets aligned in the sign of Aries, which is like unheard of according to my astrology friends, because I am not an astrologist by any means. But I was feeling a lot of alchemization, transmutation. I know I had a lot of stuff I was emotionally purging and releasing at that time. So we're kind of coming off of that energy. And I'm just curious, like, how you guys are feeling. So let me know in the comments where you guys are at on your journey. But in this new moon cycle, I guess. But I'm going to read into this card right here, and it says home. So, and I just keep hearing home is where the heart is. Sync up with your heart. Really tune to your heart space. Listen with your heart. There's a Roxette song called Listen to Your Heart that they're kind of showing me right now, but the message isn't listen to your heart, it's listen with your heart. Listen from your heart. So they're wanting you to hold space um, in your own home, like treat your home as your castle. Set up a space, a sacred space where you can do ritual work, where you can do for manifestation. Manifestation work is what they're calling it. The new moon anchors in a lot of power for manifestation and activation. So we're kind of into this cycle now, but they want me to ask you, what are you manifesting? What are you actively, consciously co-creating? And they want you to take accountability for your space, for your home space, because it is your sacred space. So they want you to set powerful intentions to work with the dragons who are on your team. And we all have dragons around us and on our teams, whether we're aware of them or not. Their energy is very high dimensional and it's very potent on the planet right now. So they're very active in, sorry, doing a lot of clearing work. As you can see, I'm clearing my throat. So they're kind of reminding me there's a lot of throat chakra clearing going on, a lot of throat chakra activations going on. And that's been a common theme and message that has been coming through from a few different guides on this channel recently, like Artemis and Freddie Mercury. So voice alchemy work, Sekhmet was talking about it too. It's a high priority for us right now. So, but they're going back to the message home is where the heart is. And they keep showing me the color red and orange. So it's like exactly this color that they're saying is going to harmonize, bringing in more abundance and creative flow when it comes to manifestation, which is what they're kind of talking about here. And your home is a signal. It's like your power source. They're saying it's where you recharge your batteries. So you want to turn it into a sacred space as much as possible. And they're using the word living altar because I have a friend, her name is Erica, and Priestess Erica that I work with and know well. And I'm going to leave a link to her her website in the descriptions box because I'm talking about this on a whim because they're bringing it into my awareness. But she actually works. Her business is called The Living Altar, and she goes into people's homes and actually helps them to create a sacred space that is harmonious with the living light, eternal force, and the elementals and all of the different high frequencies that we want to be bringing in and birthing into our homes so we can create a sacred space that allows us to flow in harmony and everybody has a place, and everything is kind of in the right place for that flow to just really be abundant and high vibrational. So that's the best I can explain her work in my own words in such a short period of time. But because they really want you to create harmony in your space and they want you to pay attention to the flow of your work area specifically. If you work from home, that's your key to that's your palace for abundance. That's where you're creating your energetic flow, and it's coming outward from your heart, but it gets blocked when it can't see very clearly when there's too many things around you that are scattered or out of place, or just things aren't where they are meant to be, like where their divine positioning would be. So really look at your surroundings and really factor that into how you wake up, how you feel when you get out of bed, how you feel just throughout your day in general. So if you need to take some extra time for yourself to do some spring cleaning, they're saying this is the perfect time and the perfect energy, especially in Aries, to be doing that, to be creating more room for new things to come in, because that's also what clearing your space actually does. It activates new timelines of manifestation for new energy to come in. If there's no place for something and you're calling it in, then it's on wait, it's on pause, it's blocked to come to the forefront because you haven't been actively creating the space as if you know it is already yours and it is already coming to you. So that's the power of manifestation. It really starts with your home, and the dragons are the perfect elemental guides to call on to clear your space. I call on them every day to help me with my energy, clearing energy, and protecting my space. So they're done with that. They're saying I don't need to pull any more cards from them. They are having me go to the next deck, which is the Keepers of the Light. Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. I've had this deck forever. It's one of the original decks. It has a lot of the Ascended Masters in it that you see on this channel. And here's one that's popping in right now. Oh, look who it is. Saint Germain. Well, we know he's associated with the violet flame, which is also a powerful energy to work with for cleansing, clearing, purifying. But let's see what else, because he's saying something about alchemy. But the card says karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Well, that kind of goes along with the last message, make room for good energy. But he's talking about his master teachings. He's a master teacher on alchemy. So he is represented by like the Merlin. Merlin is connected to his energy, but he's also represents like the wizard. So alchemy. So he's saying like activate your priestess codes. So he's talking about divine feminines and how their priestess codes and powers are turning back on. So listen to your gut, follow your gut, listen to your intuition. He's saying, so it feels like some of you are being pulled in a new direction, or you're being pulled forward. You're hearing a calling. Your inner voice, and it's getting louder. It's like really speaking up to you. So there's something that you're being activated or called to do now, and it feels like it's related to bringing more abundance into your life, but it's like some of you are focused on making new career choices or following a new path career wise, that your guides are really pushing you to go all in, go for it. And a lot of the alchemizing work that you've been doing is helping you to power through like some of the challenges that you're facing. So there are some obstacles that are kind of coming up in your way, and he's calling them like, and then I'm hearing the word flashback. So there's kind of like these obstacles coming in your way that are causing you to flash back to like prior times where things just didn't work out, prior reset moments in your life where you felt empowered, felt called to take action on something, and you moved towards that goal, but then like something kind of came in and like blocked you from being able to do that. And so that kind of left you feeling a little bit down, maybe. And it also created kind of like a reset, a moment for you to really sit back and like reassess what this calling was and whether or not to reevaluate and whether or not that's actually the move you want to make. Well, he's saying, well, now it's time to make that move. So, whatever that move was then that maybe you were called to do and it didn't turn out exactly how you planned, you felt blocked, you're being initiated on your path to make that move, to move forward towards that goal. And it could be something that you're working on, like a project, a book, for an example, something that you want to create, like a YouTube channel or just art, anything. But he's saying you're going to find the power in your voice is going to rise, meaning like your authority, your sense of self authority and meaning. It's going to bring meaning into your life again. It's going to redirect your creative energy outwards in a way that's actually going to help you bring that abundance forward and anchor it into your timeline of now. So, but he's saying definitely follow the advice of the dragons, and he's connected with that message as well, because that's all part of alchemy. It's all part of cleansing, purifying our sacred space, is really the physical, right? The 3D reality is so important. And sometimes I know I'm guilty of this. I'm we in the spiritual community can be get a little bit too like in the realm of spirituality, thinking about just clearing our energy, and then sometimes we forget about how important our physical surroundings are. My husband's always reminding me of that, and because that's something that blocks his intuition. So he notices those things right away, and I do too, but it's something that you're not super conscious of until you actually do the clearing, and then you see wow, the difference is so uplifting. So I feel there's another guide who wants to step forward. Ooh, wow, okay. And it's Mother Gaia herself. Okay, so the earth is transitioning right now. She's calling it the heat of the moment. We're in the heat of the birthing process. There's a lot of labor pains right now, and there's a lot of earth activations going on. And she's showing me like as if she's showing me the imagery of volcanoes erupting. And I know I've had some dreams about this. But in general, that's a symbology, volcanoes erupting of Mother Earth. Her energy is flowing again. The lava is flowing. The birthing. We're in an active birthing phase, labor phase, I should say, where there are steady, consistent, frequent contractions, and things are starting to expand, right? The ley lines are starting to expand. So grid workers, this is a call for you. Grid workers, well, first of all, she's thanking the grid workers who are doing a great job working with the ley lines, because a lot of these activations that we've been doing the last few years have really pushed this timeline to accelerate, and it's helping activate Mother Earth into being able to ascend into higher frequencies. And so that's affecting all of us, she's saying. So you might notice a lot of issues in the sacral area. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional. So obviously, if you're having ascension symptoms, what you think are ascension symptoms, or any kind of physical conditions, always check with your doctor first. But the feeling is there's a lot of solar plexus and sacral chakra activations going on. But she's saying, be present with your womb, be present with your womb, like be very kind to yourself, she's saying, because there's a lot of emotional energy that is being discharged and released. There's a lot of stuck energy on the planet in these grid lines that have been kind of restricted from fully expanding. And so once they start to expand, this breaks up a lot of the like stagnant, dead, like miasmic energy, and it starts to release, but it can be a painful process at first, as we can see how it manifests in the physical stage and world events. We see a lot of conflict. We see a lot of like sad, tragic things happening in the news. And it's a lot. There's a lot of people are under a lot of pressure. She's like, it's like the pressure, we're in the pressure cooker now, and a lot of people are getting squeezed. And it's forcing a change at a faster rate, but it's also releasing a lot of built up emotions, toxic energies, or just things that we're ready to release. So that's happening within us as it's happening within Mother Earth, is what she's saying. So she's saying focus on healing techniques, self-healing techniques. It doesn't have to be anything so grandiose. It's just a matter of tuning into your energy body, tuning into your emotional body, giving your emotions a voice, an opportunity to be heard through, whether it's through journaling, whether it's through just meditating and allowing your body to speak to you by giving it permission. And she's pointing to this next deck that I was guided to bring, which is the Inner Child deck, because there's a lot of inner child healing and activations happening right now. And Kuan Yin is a really awesome guide. I felt her around before I got on her. I thought maybe she would come through the cards, but she's just reminding me now that she is a beautiful goddess to work with for inner child healing. And if you feel guided to her. But this, yeah, this is the oracle I'm pulling from by Amanda Lynn Aisling. And yeah, let's see what other messages want to come in. The unicorns are here to help as well. So some of you feel a connection to unicorns and dolphins, and they're very their energy is very strong on the planet right now. So they're very activated in heal inner child healing work, and just helping you tap into like that playful, that true pure innocence. And yeah, the unicorns very magical, and the dolphins. And the dolphins are reminding me that they do have a message they want me to share with the collective. So I'll probably be doing a video with them in the near future. But it's time to celebrate. Oh, wow, this is a positive card. Okay, cultivate an air of celebration today. So that has been actually a theme. The word celebrate has been coming up a lot in some of my previous channeled messages shared on this channel. The one coming to mind is Yeshua telling us, like, it's dancing days are here again. It's time to celebrate. Put on your happy face. If you want a happy ending, you want to be happy to create that energy. So some of you are struggling with boredom, I'm hearing the guides say. I'm going to pull another card here also, but some of you are struggling with boredom, and that's because you have a lot of healing activations going on. It's because um, you've taken on a lot of like you need more emotional comfort, is what I feel. This is Yeshua coming in, because I brought him in just saying his name, and I just feel him like saying this to you, and he's showing me Mary Magdalene is here as well. And yeah, just a lot of healing heart activations are going on. So take it slow. Take it slow if you're in the midst of a like healing process, and you will know, you intuitively will know. But he's giving someone advice to go seek out mentors, or like a counselor or a mentor, or like a support group that can help you, because some of you are grieving the loss of something or someone, and it's weighing heavy on your heart, and he just wants to tell you, whoever this is, and it could just be one person listening right now, that like you are supported through this process, that we love you. Call on your angels, ask them for assistance, ask them to bring in the right support at the right time that you need, because it feels like, whoever I'm talking to, you need a little extra support right now, like in the physical, like a comforting friend, like just to someone you trust that you can open up to and really let some of this grief out and process it. And that's really, he's showing me also relevant on a collective level. Like if there's any, there's a lot of suffering going on in the in the world right now, and there's a lot of like there's a call for justice and a lack of like action on like bringing people to justice, and it just feels like people are really frustrated, they're really angry, there's like a building up of rage, like I said, a building up of pressure, there's a pressure cooker, and people don't really know where to turn, they don't always know who to talk to. So he's just telling you to ask your guides for help in guiding you or directing you to the resources and sources of people that are going to help you move through this a little bit easier, that you can like people that you can talk to and vent to. And he's just reminding me too of like part of the message with Sekhmet was talking about sisterhood, the wounds, and how it's important that we build friendships with other women, us women, talking to women specifically over that, but it's not just for women. Men should be doing this too, that we build like authentic friendships that are built on trust and integrity and compassion and understanding, and like allowing people to just be themselves and non-judgmental, and yeah, all of that. So yeah, so community building is important, and he's just wanting us to do that and pay attention to that. But okay, this is the last card. Uh, accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So he's wanting you to just allow yourself to be in your own presence. Right now, when things are loud around you, he wants you to take more time for yourself, to sit in solitude, to sit in quiet, to have quiet time with yourself, and to just be and breathe. And there's something about surrender that really scares people. It scares the ego a lot because the ego likes to feel in control all the time. And that's an aspect of our divine masculine self as well, and energy. But the divine feminine, or yeah, the intuitive aspect or the heart, sometimes it just wants to be. And sometimes we just need to be left alone for a while and take a step back from all the distractions and all the and give ourselves a mental break from all the voices that are talking to us in our head, right? And if you're a medium like me, you've got more than just your own voice. But that's a joke. But anyways, so yeah, he's just saying take more time for yourself. Like set aside time for timeouts. You need reset moments throughout your day. You need a time every day where you're like at least 10 minutes where you're giving yourself permission to just take a time out, just take a mental break, just stop what you're doing, lay down on your bed, sit somewhere comfortable. It doesn't have to be a formal meditation. Or you could just listen to like, high vibrational like Hertz music or whatever it is. But, or you could just sit in silence. He's like, silence is golden. He's like, let your golden hour be filled with silence. That's what Yeshua is saying right now. So he's saying that to learn how to appreciate the silence, is an act of surrendering to the eternal now moment, which is where all of your power lies. All of your power lies in the present moment. And the more you witness yourself, take time to just witness your own breath, witness your own life force energy, just how it moves through your body in 10 minutes a day will activate you. It will actually connect you to your heart chakra. It's going to like connect. It creates like a loop or a cord to your breath and an activation through your own connection there, and just stabilize your frequency there and adjust your dial. He's saying so you are more tuned to source, and you are more available mentally to see with clarity and accuracy what is happening around you and what does authentically need your time and attention versus what is maybe just a distraction and can wait, right? So, peace in the present is, and peace through your own presence is what he wants to say. And that's the final message that the guides want to share today. So I thank you, everyone who showed up. Yeshua, thank you. I'll leave a link to his message that I channeled from him here if you haven't seen it already. But I'd love to hear what resonated for you in the comments, what you might be going through, and because we're all here creating this community together. And I love reading your comments, and I will be responding to all the comments. That's my goal. And so, yeah, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when the next video comes. But it will be soon, and I will see you then. Bye for now.